Hello, this is the Tradesight US Stocks, Futures, and Forex Preview for the week beginning Sunday, April 18th, ending Friday the 23rd. Hope you had a good trading week last week. A little slow, but still, there's some stuff. Here's the dollar index daily chart. Look at this. 5 candles on the daily. Dead the same, right? As narrow as you can get on the dollar index. So really not a lot to discuss there. Let's go through the major pairs. The euro dollar, again, the inverse of the dollar index, very flat. The pound dollar, also pretty flat. We'll look at the intraday action here in a minute. Aussie dollar, not much there. Euro yen, I don't really know that there's anything there either. Obviously, it's been so flat for 2 weeks. Pound yen, again, so flat. Look at that. 5 days, nothing. Pound Swiss, there's nothing to discuss here. So let's move on. Let's look at the intraday action on the euro dollar. High to low for the week, 110 pips a range basically, and most of the movement was on Tuesday, so that's not interesting. Pound dollar, high to low for the week is like 150 pips, and that's not very exciting either, 160 maybe. And most of it was Friday and maybe a little bit Monday, so it has not been interesting on the Forex stuff. Just is what it is, and we do what we do. All right, in terms of intraday action, in terms of the stock market, here's the ES front month futures contract. It's the daily chart, the broad market in futures form, and nothing too special here. We're going on 7 candles up on the daily chart towards a seeker sell signal. That still leaves us plenty of days. It'll be more than a week before we could get that, if we even do. Basically at all-time highs. Let's look at everything else. Crude oil down 15 cents to 62.98. This one will give you a 13 sell signal. It went one more day up, so be aware. No, it won't, because the 8th candle, it's got to get above the 8. So it's got to get above about 66. But it's going to get trapped by that, so we'll see what happens. Gold up, down $3.40, still near the lows, which is anti-inflationary, by the way. The S&P cash index gained 15.05 on Friday. Again, that's a new closing high on the stock market. Been on a tear, obviously, since November or so. NASDAQ 100 up 15 points. New closing high there as well. The SOX down 18.25. Been sitting in a handle here for a while. We're under the risk line of that 13 sell signal. The biotech's up $2.61. It's good. Russell 2000 up $5.60. The VIX loses 32 cents, back to 16.25. So we're back in the mid-teens on the actual VIX, right? Remember, we were up. COVID launched us, and then we held above 20 all year, and now we're finally slipping, which is not great for volatility. But you get so low, it becomes an interesting option for the VIX itself. Trin closes at 0.55, but puts the 10-day moving average at 1.09, which is not a signal either. NASDAQ volume was only 4.4 billion shares. That's not heavy. It's been down here for a while, and that was for options expiration on Friday. Usually options expiration shows extra volume, and we did not see that. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ negative 385, so more stocks down than up, despite the positive close on both the S&P and the NASDAQ. Advanced decline ratio on the New York, though, was positive, plus 402. So basically a wash. If you take the whole stock market, both sides, NASDAQ and the New York, almost equal amounts of stocks up as down. Google loses $2.50, which is kind of a blip. Obviously, it's been strong. Apple down 34 cents. Hasn't really done much. It's sitting where it was back in the end of August. Netflix down $2.68, sitting where it was back on 4th of July weekend. Amazon up $20.35, sitting where it was back late in August. Tesla up 93 cents. Great. Facebook down $1.64. Zoom, we watch Zoom now, down $2.43, hanging near the lows of the last 6 months. Goldman Sachs up $3.76, coming back near highs again. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, down $1.09. The Dow is up 164. Now, here's the story of the weekend. Bitcoin, based on some news out of the Fed or some reporting of what the Fed might be about to do, dropped, and it had said 65,000, and it dropped. Actually, this chart's not showing on the daily properly, but it dropped as low as 54,000 over the weekend here. So that's a big plunge for now. It doesn't look like it on the chart. It's still way up for the last 6 months. But definitely some warning signs on Bitcoin and the cryptos in general. And remember, a lot of the crypto stuff is what's pumping the market between all the money the Fed's pumping plus the cryptos. So you get hit on the cryptos, it's going to affect the stock market at some point in time. Put call ratio closes at 0.59. Now, in terms of intraday action, 5-minute candles. Let's go to 10-minute candles so we can see the whole week on the ES. And what you get is this. So Monday flat opening, flat day. Tuesday flat opening, mostly a flat day, rose a little bit in the afternoon. Wednesday flat opening, came back, and by that point, by the way, we closed Wednesday where we had closed Friday. So far for that point, we're nowhere for the week. They need a gap up, so that's not tradable on Thursday. Pushed a little higher, and a gap up Friday, filled the gap and closed at the high. So again, a positive week, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was really a net nothing. And then we gapped up from there. NASDAQ side, not much different. So it is what it is from that perspective. In terms of economic data coming out in the week ahead, Sunday, Rightmove HPI out of the UK at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. These are all Eastern Time. Trade balance out of Japan. Revised industrial production Monday at 12:30 in the morning Eastern Time. Current account out of Europe at 4 a.m. Housing starts out of Canada. Monetary policy meeting minutes out of Australia Monday night. We're already into Tuesday at this point already. We've got German PPI, unemployment rate out of the UK, CB leading index out of Australia, GDT price index out of New Zealand, CPI out of New Zealand, MI leading index out of Australia, retail sales out of Australia at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday. So we're already into Tuesday. Really no data out of the US at all. That's kind of interesting. Wednesday, we've got UK's CPI, PPI, RPI, HPI, all their inflationary numbers. German 10-year bond auction. Canada's got their CPI. We got a rate announcement out of Canada. And then their press conference at Crude Oil here in the U.S. at 10:30. So no U.S. Fed announcement this week, obviously. Trade balance out of Switzerland on Thursday. CBI industrial order expectations out of the UK. Spanish 10-year bond auction. Monetary policy statement out of the ECB, so the European Fed equivalent. NHPI out of Canada at 8:30 a.m. Initial and continuing jobless claims numbers here in the U.S. at 8:30. Consumer confidence at 10. CB leading index at 10 here in the U.S. Existing home sales at 10. Natty gas at 10:30. Jump to 7 p.m. You got Australia's flash manufacturing and services PMI numbers. Consumer confidence out of the UK. National core CPI out of Japan. Flash manufacturing PMI out of Japan. Retail sales out of the UK along with public sector net borrowing. And then you've got flash manufacturing and services PMI numbers out of Europe, France, Germany, the broad European sector, the UK, and then here in the US, and then new home sales. So it's a light week for real data. There's nothing major, none of our big three here in the US, no Fed announcement, no GDP number. We are, though, entering earnings season, so we'll have all the big earnings stuff this week, starting for the next. So the core 8 days of earnings start on Tuesday. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading week.